Okay, good morning to all. I'm sharing my screen now. Okay, my screen is visible and voice is audible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. See, today we are going to learn the friend function. Okay, so last session we have learned what is meant by the static function, okay, or static member function. At the same time, we have seen what is meant by the static data member. Okay, so today we are going to learn the concept of the friend function. Okay, so the topic of discussion is friend function. Now, there could be a situation where we would like that two classes, okay, means more than two classes, or I say that there may be n number of classes. Okay, so which will be multiple classes, I say. So two classes or multiple classes want to share a particular function. Okay, means more than one class want to use or want to share the same function. In such a case, we need to take the help of the friend function. Okay, so in such a case, we go for the making the function as a friend function. For example, let us consider the example. Two classes are there. For example, I have declared one class as manager and another class I declared as a scientist. Okay, so manager is one class. Okay, and the scientist is another class. Similarly, you are having another classes. Okay, have been defined. And we want to use a function. Suppose I'm having one function called as income tax. Okay, obviously all this manager and scientists are salaried person, and we need to have a function or to calculate the income tax of this. Okay, two different types of the employees, manager and scientist. Okay, but we want to use this income tax function to operate on objects of both these classes. Okay, so operate on the object of both these classes means through the object of the manager and through the object of the scientist, we want to access a common function or a function that is income tax. Okay, so I say income tax is a function which should be shared between two different classes. Okay, so in such a case, we will go for the friend function. In this situation, the C++ allows the common function to be made friendly with both the classes, thereby allowing the function to access to the private data of these classes. Okay, now why I have added this word, okay, why the sentence is there, thereby means if I make the one function as a friend function, now using that function I can have access to the private data. We have seen in the classes, suppose I have declared in class the data as a private and the function is public. Getting me? So using the public function or using that function, I can access the private data of the class. Okay. So now using the same income tax function, it is possible for me to access the private data of manager as well as it is possible for me to access the private data of scientist. Okay, using the same function. Okay, so that's why I have written this, thereby allowing the function to access to the private data of these classes. Okay, so let us understand this with the help of some syntax. I'm just showing on the next slide how we can use the friend keyword. Okay, so let us understand this. So first point I have written, the function should be, the function which I want to make as a friend function should be preceded by the keyword friend. Okay, so whichever the function inside the class, suppose in my class I am having the declared three function. Out of three, one function I want to make as a friend. So I have to add this friend keyword. Okay, it should be preceded before the name of the function or name, or say I say a return type. Whatever the complete, generally the function is defined as the return type, name of function in bracket argument. Okay, so whatever the definition I'm having. So before that, I need to add the keyword friend. The function is defined. See, this is very important. though I am considering this is a function as a friend function, this function is defined elsewhere or anywhere in the program like a normal C++ function. Okay. See, for example, we have seen in the previous slide, the income tax is a function. Okay. So that income tax is a function. It is a part of, it is a friend function of the manager class. It is a friend function of the scientist class also. But where it can be declared, or we can say it is defined, or where the body of the function is written, the code of the function is written, it can be defined outside the class or elsewhere in the program. Anywhere in the program, I can write down this function. Okay, because remember, this is not, I not currently say it is a part of that class, but it is a function which is friend function, so it can be accessible. Okay, to make an outside function friendly to a class, we have simply declared this function as a friend of the class as shown below. So here the name of the class is ABC is the name of the class. These are my private data members. In the public, I am having, suppose this is my first function, second function, this is my third function. Okay, now I want to make this third function. For example, the name of function is XYZ, return type is void. We are not passing any parameter to it. Okay, so whatever this we are having, okay, the function declaration or the prototype, before that we have to add the word keyword friend. Okay, to make the, how we are making the function as a friend function, it should be preceded by, I think I have written this first point, the function should be preceded by the keyword friend. Okay, so this is what the way we are going to declare. Okay, now I'm just moving to show you, moving to one more slide to show how we are, and then we go to the program. Okay, to do the program related to the using the Turbo C editor. Okay, now here we are having some of the characteristics of this function. Okay, now see, whenever I'm just making such things, some such characteristics of this, characteristics of the static member function also have shown. So remember, this may be asked in your MCQ question. Okay, if you are having MCQ question, they may ask such type of the things. Okay, so please just go through it. The friend function possesses certain special characteristics. The first one is, it is not in the scope of the class to which it has been declared as a friend. Okay, so if I have declared as a friend, for example, XYZ is a function which is friend, so it is not in the scope of the class. It is, the scope will be outside. Okay, so because any other class also access, the main function also can have access to the friend function. Okay, so the scope of the class to which it has been declared as a friend is not in the scope of the class. Okay, second, so it is not in the scope of the class, it cannot be called using the object of that class. Okay, so I'm not calling with the help of the object of the class. Means suppose A is the, or M1, manager M1. Okay, M1 is the object of the manager class. I cannot call M1 dot XYZ. Okay, because it is not related to that class. I directly call it as a name of the function XYZ. Getting me? So we should not use through the object. It cannot be called through the object of that class. See, again, I repeat, since it is not in the scope of the class, friend function cannot be called using the object of that class. It can be called directly. Just you can use the name of the function. Okay. Third one, it can be invoked like a normal function without the help of any object. Okay. So there is no need to take the help of the object. Directly I can call the function XYZ. Okay. Next is, unlike member functions, okay, it cannot access the member names directly and has to use an object name and dot membership operator with each member name. For example, a dot x. Okay. Now, as a normal member function, okay, it cannot access the member directly. Okay, suppose I'm accessing the private, as I said, I'm accessing the private data. Suppose x is the private data of that class. Okay, then I have to access it through the that particular object name. Okay, I must give a dot x. Okay, if it is the case, but calling the name of function, it is not required the object. Okay. Next is, it can be declared either in the public or private part of the class without affecting its meaning. Okay, so I can declare the function inside the public or inside maybe the private as a friend function. It doesn't have any problem. Okay, usually it has the object as argument. Okay, now maximum time, okay, we are passing. See, this is very important. I'm going to do the first program where I'm going to show this. Okay, it has the object as argument. Means what I'm passing to this friend function is, I'm passing the object directly of one class as argument. Okay, so it has object will be passed to this friend function as argument. So I'm going to do the first program based on this. Okay, how I can pass the object as the argument to the function, friend function. Okay, So the friend function are often used in operator overloading. Okay, I think when we learn this operator overloading, I think we have seen the function overloading. At that time, we are again going to discuss, again going to use the make the use of the friend function. Okay, so these are the characteristics. I think better we should go for directly with the help of the program and the example. Okay, I'm going to show you the two example today. So I think I have written only here example number 1, example number 2. So example number 1, okay, I'm just going to show you the simple program. That's why I'm not written any description here. A very simple program just to show it. And in example number 2, we see that more than one class can have the friend function in another class. So we can say two different classes and how we can going to use it. Okay. So let us start. I'm just opening the Turbo C editor. I hope so. The idea is clear to all. Yes. Yes, sir. If you clear with what is the understanding of what is mean by the friend function?
Yes, sir.
So we will just go for the two programs today related to the friend function. Okay, I'm going to open the first program. I call it as it is under unit 2. Okay, name of unit FRIENT, FRI1. FRI1.cpp. Okay, suppose I'm giving this. Okay, one of you are knowing what is the purpose is program to demonstrate use of friend function. I call this is my example 1. Okay, I must go with the hash include iostream.h, okay, and then go for hash include punio.h. Now here I just declared one class directly here as sample. Okay, I'm declaring the class as a sample. Assume it is having two variables a and b. You can consider, suppose I want to find out the average, or you can call it as the mean. Okay, mean of two values, integer values. I want to find, or you can simply call it as it is a mean or average, okay, of the two values. So I declared two variables a comma b. Okay, so this class is having two variables, private member a comma b. It is having the public function. Okay, first one is set value, because I want to set the value of a and b here. Okay, I declare it directly, write down the code over here. Suppose a is equal to, now here we are having the choice whether you want the user to send this value. Okay, then we can send take it from the user, or directly, for example, as I'm taking it as example, I declare it directly here. A is equal to 25 and b is equal to, suppose I take it as a 50. Okay, or rather we can take it as 51. Okay, so I'm just you can pass. Suppose I want to take these values from the user. What I need to do, I need to take this value x and y or something here and assign a is equal to x, b is equal to y. Okay, so user will pass this value. Okay, we'll do it afterward. Let us complete the program first. Okay, now I here I'm having one friend function. Okay, so the name of function is mean. Okay, so obviously it is going to have the return value is float, the name of function mean, or you can call it as average. Okay, now I am passing to this the object of this class. Getting me? What I am passing to this function, the object of the class. S is my name of the object of the class sample. I should not take S as a capital. I take it as a small. His name of this class is sample. Okay, I'm passing one object of this, and now I'm making this function as a friend function. Okay, so what I need to do, I have to add the keyword friend. Okay, so friend float is the return type. Name of the function is mean. I call it as this is my friend function. My question is, shall I write down the code of this mean directly over here? The answer is no. Okay, because this mean is not the part of the sample function. Getting me? Or class. Okay, it is not part of this. I should write down this mean function, friend function with the name as a mean. Mean is my function, I should write it elsewhere in the program, okay, or outside the anywhere in the program I can write it, okay. So, or maybe immediately after this class declaration I can write it, okay. So this is what my class declaration. Okay, so the question example is very simple. I'm having the class with the name is sample, having two variables a comma b. I want to take the mean of this a comma b. I use first void set value function to set this value. You can accept this value from the user also. And here I'm making the function as a friend. Okay. Now suppose I want to directly write down this friend function directly over here. Okay. So suppose I'm going to write it as a return type is float. Okay. Then it is mean. This is my function definition or function body. Getting me? And it is having the type accept. It is going to accept the argument tag sample and s. This is my function definition. I should not give the semicolon here. I should not use friend before this while I'm going to write down the code of the function. Okay, friend, this indicate the meaning of the friend for this sample class is this function is declared outside the class. Okay, but this function is not inside. This is not the part of the sample class, but it is declared out elsewhere, and it is a friend of this class. So this class sample can have access to this mean function. Okay, so that is what the meaning. So this is my function definition. Okay, in the function definition, okay, I write in comment. This is my function definition or code, you can say. I am writing the code of the function. I think I must give semicolon here whenever I'm ending the class. End of the okay. Okay, now I'm writing this friend function. I repeat again, when you write down the code of the friend function, you should not use the keyword friend. It is a normal function. Okay, so plain mean is a normal function, but for this class, it is a friend function because it is not part of this class, but I'm using this in the class. Okay, so that's why I'm making it. So let us write down the code of this. Okay, so this mean function, what is expected? I want it should find out the average. Okay, and it will be converted into the float as a return type. Okay, typecasting I can use, so I will use return. Okay, how I can find out this value as, see, this s is the object of the sample class, and through this object I can have access to these variables a comma b. Okay, so what I will do here, I can go for directly the function value s dot a plus s dot b. Okay, divided by 2.0. Getting me? Because I just want to find out the mean of this. Okay, and suppose I want to have the typecasting. Why typecasting is required? Because see here, the typecasting is required because this a and b, these are of type integer. Okay, so I want to convert it into the float. So here I will go for float. You see, in I just want to make it very much clear here. I want everyone to concentrate. See, the typecasting, okay, can be done into the C++. Like suppose I want to suppose I am having, okay, I show it here, integer a is integer. Okay, and I want to go for the typecasting of a to float. I want to convert a into float. So in C++, how I can go for is float. Bracket I write a, means I am converting a to the float. Getting me? But I think in C plus or normal advanced C concept is reverse. Okay, how I can do this in advanced C? I think in advanced C we are having bracket to float, and I write it as a. Okay, so that is the change in the syntax for the C and C++. Okay, for type data type casting. Okay, typecasting. So now here I will use C++. So I am just going for the this value after addition of s dot a and s dot b, it is converted to the float and it is divided by 2.0, and I'm going to return it. Okay, so I think I will not no need to use any other variable. I think this mean will just calculate like this. Okay, a and b will be added and is divided by 2.0. Okay, is it clear to all? Hello.
Yes, sir.
I'm writing the main function now. Okay, name of the class is sample. Suppose I declared the variable as x. Okay, now x is the variable of the class sample. Now first what I need to do, I have to set the value. A is equal to 25, is equal to 51. So I will call this function. How to call the function x dot set value. Okay, I think it is not accepting any, there is no need to pass any value to it. So this is object X is created and I have set the value now. Okay, now I want to find out the mean. Okay, so may I declare the variable and assign the value, or I directly use cout directly here? I make it as a shortcut /n mean. Okay, I write it here directly. Mean is, or mean value is. Okay, mean value is. Yes, what is my mean value? How I can do it? I will get directly by calling this friend function mean. Okay, and this function is obviously returning the float value that will be directly displayed to the cout, given to the cout. So here what I should write? Yes, anyone can suggest me what I can write. I can write here mean, correct? Mean what I have to pass. Yes, here you can look at, I have to pass the object of the sample S. Okay, I have created here X. What I will pass? I will pass X, mean bracket. So I'm passing the object of this class. Okay, and I will give semicolon. So now this mean bracket X will pass X object to this class. So it will become S. So it will access A and B values. Okay, find out the mean of it and it is going to return and that will be displayed here. Okay, I think this is the very simple way. Now here I just, why I'm just showing it, I just want to make it as this mean is the function now I'm using. Okay, and then the same it is using the object of the class sample. So this is the friend function. Okay, so I just go for get ch now. And end of the main function, I can declare the clear screen here. ELR SCR. Let us check whether it is having any errors. F2 to save the program first. F9, no errors. Control F9. Yes, what is displayed? The mean value is displayed as a 38. I think we have given the value of 25 and 50. Okay, so I think it comes as what is the value it comes? 76, I think. Okay, so mean is I get it as 38. It is correct. Okay, is it clear to all? Hello.
Yes.
Here I am not using two separate classes and I'm making, so that is my second example. Okay, in the second example, I am having two classes and these both the classes are having one function common, shareable function as a friend. So that we do in the second example. Okay, here I'm just making it as a, it will be more easy for us to understand. Okay, so see, this is a class sample. I repeat again, class sample having two variables A and B. Okay, let's pass these values over here. Okay, just make your confusion. Suppose I am passing the value m and n. Okay, user is going to pass the value. Okay, it will be m and n. It is accept two values, integer m comma integer n. Okay, so set values m and n I'm passing to it. Okay, so here what I need to change, make the change in my program. Yes, anyone? Now in x dot set value, I have to pass these two values. So I'm passing the first value 100 and second value is 25. So addition will be 125. So 125 divided by 2.0. Okay, so this case is possible. And here I'm using this mean function and passing the object of this class directly to this function. Because this friend function is now using this object. I think I've shown in the properties in the on PPTs. I can pass directly the object of the class to this friend function. Okay, so F2 to save. Yes, F9, control F9 and get the answer is 62.5. Okay, because we are having 100 plus 25, 125 divided by 2.0. Okay, so it is going to show me the correct answer or correct mean value. No issue. Okay, is it clear to all? Hello. Anyone have any
Yes, sir.
question related to this? You can ask, else I will go to the example number 2. Okay, I want everyone to take the screenshot of this example 1. Okay, so this is the main function. In the main function where I have called this friend function directly here, okay, mean comma means bracket x by passing the x as the object of the sample class. I have called this mean function and which is a friend function of the sample class. Okay. Anyone have any question, or I consider all of you understood the first example? See, I repeat again, this mean is the function which is not the part of the sample class. Getting me? So it is not part of the sample class, but by making it as a friend, we indicate that this class can now have access to this function. Okay, so that is what we are making it as a friend function. Okay. Yes, shall I go to the example number 2? Is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
I just go for example number 2, who all of you have taken down, and also execute the same program. Okay. I just go for save as this program. What is the name we have given? U2 FRI2 dot CPP. Unit 2 friend function 2 second program. Okay, so I just remove all this. This is my program to demonstrate the use of friend function, example number 2. Okay, and in example number 2, what I want to show is, okay, what is my purpose in the example number 2? The member function of one class can be friend function of the another class. Okay, I write here in comment, member function of one class can be member function of one class can be friend, okay, friend function of another class. So now I'm declaring here two classes, okay, as we have seen in the example. Okay, so we are going to use this as a two separate classes. Now I will not use the example of the manager and scientist. I just use the name of the classes. One is ABC and another is XYZ. Okay, first name of the class is just as the example I'm showing. Okay, now here, see, I'm having two things. Suppose I'm declaring the class XYZ here. Okay, just for your purpose, I'm just making it as a capital letter. Okay, name of the class is XYZ. Okay, now inside this XYZ class, okay, getting me? In this XYZ class, suppose I'm going to use the member function, okay, which is declared in the ABC. So inside class XYZ, suppose I'm using the class ABC or anything related to ABC, so compiler will not understand it. Okay, so somewhere I need to make the prototype of the class. I write here, I'm having the class. Just I inform the compiler that I'm having one more class called as ABC. Okay, and it will be declared afterward. Okay, but it is just a prototype. Okay, I call generally this is called as forward declaration. I mean by forward declaration, so forward declaration means I just give this hint to the compiler that I have ABC class, okay, which will be declared afterward. Okay, but just it is an indication, or just I'm doing it as the prototype. I say that I'm having a class ABC who detail will be given afterward. Why to give this? Because in the class XYZ, I'm making the use of ABC. Okay, class ABC I'm using. Okay, but if it is not declared, okay, then compiler will not understand. Okay, so what is ABC? Okay, so that's why we are just go for declaring this name of the class by giving the semicolon. In the prototype function prototype, what we do, we write down the return type of the function, name of the function, argument, I give the semicolon, and we call it as the prototype of that function. So similarly, I'm just making it as a prototype of the class. Okay, because I'm going to use this ABC in the XYZ. Okay, so this is generally called as forward declaration. Okay, now in the XYZ, suppose I'm having one variable as integer X. Okay, and I'm having the public member functions here. Okay, suppose I want to set the value of X here. Okay, I want user to enter the value and I want to set it. And now I want to find out. So ABC class is also having variable A. XYZ is having the variable X. Now I want to find out of this ABC class and XYZ class, whatever the private variable they are having, X is in XYZ, A in ABC, whichever is maximum. Okay, I want to find out which is max between these two classes. Okay, whose private variable is highest or maximum among the class ABC and XYZ. Okay, so first let me set the value. I use set value here. Getting me? Then suppose user is passing value to it as I. Okay, so I just assign X is equal to I. Yeah, पण मगाशी जसं we have done for A and B is equal to X, M and N. Okay, so user will pass I value. I'm going to assign this value to it. Okay, and now I want to use a function which will find out the maximum between this, but it should be a friend function because both the classes are going to use this. Okay, so its return type is void. The name of function is max. What I have to pass? I need to pass the object of the XYZ and ABC. So it will accept the object of XYZ, accept the object of ABC. Okay, class. And now I am making this as my friend function. So this indicates that the max is the friend function of the XYZ class as well as ABC class. Both the function now making the use of the function max, which is a normal function, which will be declared outside the class. So it is not inside the scope of XYZ and ABC. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. Okay, so I just make the end of this, okay, give the semicolon, and this is end of my class XYZ. Similarly, I will write down or declare the class ABC. Class ABC. त्याच्यामध्ये पण same असणार आहे. What I have to do? Suppose it is having integer A. So xi here I have take it as integer A. Having again the public. It's having the public function. Okay, set value. Okay, so as it is. So can I give the same name of the function? I think here in XYZ also I'm using the set value. Here also I'm using the set value. Okay, name of the function. That is allowed. Yes, it is allowed. Integer I. Yes. Anyone want to give the answer? इथं पण बघा XYZ मध्ये पण I have used the same thing. And here also I have used the same thing. Okay, name of the function is same. Return type is same, passing parameter is same. It is allowed, yes, because this set value belongs to XYZ class and this is belongs to ABC. So if I access, suppose ABC and A, name of object, I can access A dot set value, it will call this. Okay, XYZ is having another X1 or something. Through that object I will access, it will call it. Okay, so it will doesn't matter. It have no issue. Okay, these are the two separate, name of the function is same, but these are the two separate function. Here also I use the same thing, friend void max XYZ, correct, comma ABC. Getting me? So this indicate, okay, what was our purpose is, okay, these two classes will now have the one function max is a function which is shared by these two different classes, class XYZ and class ABC. The max is now the friend of these both the classes. Okay, so I hope all of you understood this. So here I have declared. Okay, I will repeat. Suppose I have written the why I have written this class ABC, because I am going to make the ABC over here. So compiler should know what is ABC. So that's why we written it as a, this is generally called as a prototype of the class I have written, and it is also called as forward declaration. Okay, so and because here suppose I write down the code of ABC, inside the ABC also I will get XYZ. Okay, at that time he is not knowing what is XYZ. At that time I should go for forward declaration of XYZ class. Okay, so this is the two classes, they are having one function which is common between these two, and the name of the function is max. So let us write down now the max function. Okay, so what is the max function? Void max. What it is going to accept? It is going to accept the XYZ class member. Okay, suppose I call it as M and ABC is having the member N. Okay, okay, so it is having this value. Okay, so here what I have to find out, I have to find out between these two whichever is maximum that I want to return. Okay, or I just want to display whichever is maximum, okay, out of these two. It is not returning any value, so it is void, so it will display directly. So I have to check if M is the class XYZ. Okay, belongs to class XYZ. XYZ variables now kaya hai. XYZ is having the name of variable is X. Okay, and ABC is having the name of variable A. Okay, so here I will check whether M dot X greater. Okay, M dot X is greater, or we can say it is equal to, you can also put, or greater than. Yeah, it is better to put equal to also. M dot X is greater than or equal to N dot. N is belongs to class ABC. Okay, N belongs to class ABC. And what is its variable? A. Okay, data member is A here. Okay, private data member. So here I should use the M dot X is greater than or equal to N dot A. Okay, then I will see out. Okay, double quote slash N max is. Okay, what is the maximum here? So maximum displayed as M dot X. Getting me? Else, what is maximum? N dot A. Okay, so here I write double quote slash N max is A, N dot A. It will be the maximum. So this function will display the maximum value between the internal data member of the class ABC and XYZ. Okay, is it clear to all? So now this also indicate that through this friend function, I repeat again, I want everyone to remember this. Through this friend function, I'm accessing the private data of the both classes. After getting me, I think I have made this statement in the properties. We can access the private data of both the classes with the help of the friend function. Now this max is the friend function, and now it is accessing the private data of ABC, which is A. It is also accessing the private data of XYZ, okay, which is nothing but X. Okay, S is the private data of class XYZ. Okay, is this clear to all? Hello. Anyone have any question? Hello. Is it clear to all? Anyone want to ask any question? We have not yet written the main function. Okay, so let us start writing the main function now. So I write the main function void main void. Okay, now I'm having the object of ABC first. Okay, whatever name you want to give, you give it here. Okay, suppose my first object is A1. Okay, and so I have to set this value. Okay, A1 dot set value. Now you pass any value you want. Suppose I'm passing 10. Okay, now declare the XYZ X1. Okay, and X1 dot set value 20. Obviously, which is the maximum between these two, it will be 20. Okay, and now I have to call the function max, which is the friend function. What I have to pass? I have to pass it the object of this A1 and X. A1 is the object of ABC, X1 is the object of XYZ. It's CH. Okay. Here I just use wherever you want, you can use the clear screen, no issue. Or SCR. Save. F9 having errors. Let us check the errors. Cannot convert ABC to XYZ that we are having. M and N. Okay, just 1 minute. Just let me check it. Oh, whether I have taken XYZ first and then ABC, XYZ to ABC cannot convert XYZ to ABC. Just one. Check. I have called it XYZ, comma ABC. Here I also have called XYZ, comma ABC. Let me check. Just 1 minute. I have given semicolon to the class XYZ. Yes, it is correct. Friend, it is correct. Class ABC. Just 1 minute. Max XYZ M. Okay, M is the object of this ABC, and it is also the object of the ABC class. It has simple one, A1. Not capital is there in issue. Let us check. Just 1 minute. ABC is the name of the class having the object I have created as A1. Okay, then I'm set the value of this A1. Okay, no issue. XYZ X1 dot set value, no issue. Calling the max function by passing both the object. Okay, here I need to check. Here what I have done, X1. Just 1 minute. Let me check the page up. Forward declaration we have done, no issue with this. Class 1 ABC. Let us check.
So,
Yes.
so object of XYZ should be written first in max function.
Okay, I've written reverse case, na? Okay, that's one.
Yes, sir.
You've written here.
In main
XYZ first
function,
and
sir.
then. Oh, sorry. In the main function, I'm calling reverse way. Okay, actually, here it is correct. Okay, here I have to very correct. Here what I have done, XYZ object is passed first and then ABC. But I think in the main function, I'm passing object of ABC first. Okay, sorry. Correct. One, I should pass and then I should pass A1. That's why it is showing the member mismatch. Okay, so I am passing the object of ABC to XYZ and passing the object of XYZ to ABC. Okay, let us check. Thank you. F9. Okay, now it is correct. Okay, so I think the best option for me is I should have declared this XYZ X1 first. Okay, and then ABC. So I will would have followed the same sequence. Okay, as X1 comma A1. Okay, no issue. Okay, so I think we will go for this. 9. So expected output will be obviously 20 because the out of this 10 and 20 high max number is 20. Control F9. Yes, we are getting max is equal to 20. Okay, I think it is better we should follow the sequence. Okay, I think that might have made me to have a confusion. Okay, Later I shift this. The way I have declared, I'm just sending in the same way. Okay. Unfortunately, we did cut this. Okay, so I have declared the object of x1 first, and then I declared the object of ABC. Okay, and now the sequence of passing is correct. Okay, x1 first, xyz object first, and then ABC object. Okay, very correct. I want everyone to note down the program. Okay, and if you are having any question, please you can ask the question related to the friend function. Okay. See, these two things are clear over here with this example. The member function of one class can be friend function of the another class. Okay, so this is one of the case that we are having. Another, we can say, as I said, we can have access to the private member of the class through the friend function. Okay, so this Max is now able to access the private data of XYZ, which is integer X, as well as it will access the private data of the ABC, which is integer A. If I'm having third class also, one more class I can, and these all three classes also will share the same. Only in the Max I need to change. I'm going to pass one more parameter of the third class. Okay, one more class, and it will find out of this three. Okay, so I want each and every student to down it. Okay, take the screenshot of this. Yes, you have taken it. First one.
Yes, sir.
This is the class ABC. The function Max. It is very correct. Okay, I think we should follow the same sequence. Okay, I think here I'm having the first argument is belongs to XYZ. So I must pass the argument of the XYZ. Okay, and then ABC. Our main function. Okay. Okay, so I want everyone to execute all the programs of the unit number 2. I just go for exit. I think as per our syllabus, okay, I think this is our example number 1 we have seen, and example number 2. I think as per the unit number 2, I think we have covered all the points under the unit number 2 as a function. We have learned what it means by the default argument, what it means by the reference argument. We have seen the function overloading, inline function written by reference. Just now we have seen the friend function, and last session we have seen what it means by the static data member and static member function. Okay. So I want each and every student to go through this, okay, because your IIT unit test 1 will be based on the unit number 1 and unit number 2. Okay. So tomorrow's lecture we are going to start with the unit number 3. I think the unit number 3 is inheritance. Probably we are going to start with this. Okay.